Okay, hello there everyone. It's Renee Lau here back again. It's been a while since I got a chance to do a video on my YouTube channel. It's been really busy with my own business, but today, really quickly, I wanted to do a video in regards to a new sort of company opportunity that's been sort of hitting the market here in Toronto. And I realized that a lot of people who are getting involved in this company don't quite understand what it really is. And I just, again, I care about people, and I don't want people to get into something where they feel like they got scammed later on, especially if it might become a real scam. And so what I'm talking about is a company that's called PlusToken. Maybe you heard of it so far, maybe you haven't, but PlusToken is an opportunity that's been kind of growing pretty strong here, I'd say. A lot of people sort of believing into it. And again, this video is purely just my opinion of what I think about this PlusToken company. And you can decide for yourself what you think afterwards. So first and foremost, what's the concept? So the whole PlusToken concept, and by the way, because I met a few people that had put money into this thing, I decided to go and actually give a good hour to someone who's probably the top person here in Toronto to present to me this PlusToken opportunity. And in short, that's how I gained all this information, asked a lot of questions. And so what PlusToken is, for those of you who don't know, it's basically a wallet, a virtual wallet, where essentially you can put your money into cryptocurrency, and this wallet basically holds your different cryptocurrencies. So it can hold the big common ones like Bitcoin and Ethereum and other kind of ones, but they also have their own coin called PlusToken inside. So first and foremost, I have done previous videos before and given sort of suggestions and warnings on what to look out for when you're looking at a opportunity or an investment, right? And one of the things that I always talk about is the transparency of the company. So if you go to look online at PlusToken, PlusToken.com is not actually the real website of the company. That's some affiliates website. The actual real company website is called PLToken.io. So PLToken.io. First thing I noticed is that it's not secured. That's the first sort of thing. Well, whatever, right? It happens to some websites every now and then. The biggest thing, though, I talk about is the transparency of the company. So if you actually try to look for the owner of the company, their office, their address, I couldn't find it on the website. So it's in Korean. I tried to use Google Translate, clicked all the links looking for some kind of an address or an office, or the owners or the directors of the company, and nothing. So that's sort of one pretty obvious warning sign when it comes to understanding, is this thing really for real or for not? And the reason being is because oftentimes, I'm not saying this is the case for PlusToken, oftentimes scams, of course, no one wants to put their name down when it's associated to a potential scam, because if anything hits the fan, then of course they can be found and be reprimanded, right? So the first thing I noticed was the fact that I can't find the company's office, phone number to call, address of the company, the registration, for example, and more importantly, the even owner of the company. So you cannot find the owner of the company and their names. So who's behind all this stuff, right? So that's one big warning sign I advise everyone to look out for. The second thing that was a bit of a warning bell for me was, a lot of other videos I've seen online now about PlusToken don't call it a investment. They're trying to say it's not an investment. However, the presentation that I went to and the ones I've seen online, it sounds like an investment. What they're saying to you is, when you put $500, for example, or $1,000 into this PlusToken wallet, it's against a virtual wallet, that they pay you back returns of up to 10% to 18%, per day, almost, whatever it is. Which again, for me, is like a huge warning sign, because again, that itself sounds like an investment. And investments, by the way, in every country has their own local SEC, which is a Security Exchange Commissions. If you're selling an investment, you better be registered with the SEC. And so, again, they don't call it an investment yet in the business presentation. And what they're saying to you is when you put your money into this virtual wallet, they pay back about 10% to 80% per day. Now, one of the biggest questions that hit my mind was, is someone really, and so the way that they generate this return for you is based on this thing called AI dog, which is I guess AI stands for artificial intelligence, I assume. So AI dog, that DOG. And so what this AI dog does, apparently, is it's through arbitrage, but it looks at all the different prices of trades for cryptocurrency online. And they'll find where there's a bit of a sort of a margin. So it buys and sells for you really quickly in like point whatever something milliseconds, and it captures that spread for you. And that's what they're saying that this AI dog does, and it's how it generates for you this 10 to whatever 18%. Now, I've heard videos of people saying it doesn't make you 10 to 18%. I've been in presentations where they're telling me it does 10 to 18%, right? So bit of an issue there. But overall, it's this AI dog that generates that return. So, one common question that you got to ask yourself when it comes to opportunities is, if someone actually had developed this software that could guarantee you, according to them, or, well, not guarantee, but pretty much almost assure you 10% to 18% return on your money, why is someone making this amazing artificial intelligence program available to everyone? Why do they need people to put in money to, if you own this program that can guarantee you or almost guarantee you that much amount of return, typically you would just use it for yourself, right? But okay, perhaps, the owner, whoever that owner is, has a generous heart and they want to, share it with the world. The other reason why they justify it, though, is they'll say that, well, basically, they want to eventually have their own exchange. And, so whatever. My whole thing, though, is regardless of that, is if it sounds like an investment, then it ought to be registered with the SEC. And the answer I got from the gentleman that was talking to me, which is like one of the, probably I heard the top person almost in Toronto, in terms of, well, why is it not registered, is because it's a whole new concept. It's a new concept, right? Because again, the whole phase of illegal cryptocurrencies with MLM has already passed, right? That was my last video a few years ago, talking about how people are trying to sell MLM through cryptocurrency, but you can't do that because currencies, there's no market value, there's no a markup value, right? So you cannot sell someone a coin to pay commissions to someone else because there's no actual markup. With fashion, there's a markup. There's a wholesale to retail value. With rings, there's a markup. With health products, there's a markup value because they have patents and technologies that raise the value, right? But with a coin, just like how you cannot MLM a $20 bill or $100 bill because $100 is $100, there's no markup value on that, you cannot mark up cryptocurrencies. So his answer, though, was, well, this is different because in our situation, it's a whole new concept. It's a wallet, and in my personal opinion, I don't care what you want to call it. If it's going to be sounding like an investment, which it is, if not now, I mean, you ought to have the SEC registration, and so that ties in a lot to your future risk, because if things do go wrong, and I've seen top leaders of different companies who have lost everything and more because of unfactored risks that happen in the future. So you gotta ask yourself, do I want to take a risk in promoting something to earn? Again, if you're just there to invest your money, you've already heard my warning so far. But if you're here to build the business, then you really have to consider the future consequences of this, right? But in both cases, the other key thing that really triggered an alarm for me was, I asked him, well, so if you have this great program, why are you talking to me about this? And of course, it's because there's a referral component and direct sales component or multi-level marketing. So they get paid to down to 10 levels. So it is a multi-level marketing company, in which case, again, you want to be, have your proper registration, because again, the FTC and beyond the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, but you also have the SEC side things to worry about, because you are marketing an investment opportunity here. So for those who don't understand how the marketing side of things work and how you can make commissions on this, let me just get my dry erase marker here. So what happens here is that, let's say this is you. And again, this is based upon what I read online and the presentation I received. When you refer someone like person A, if person A invests $500, okay, then this person here, so this person A, who put in $500 into their virtual wallet, well, they gave the example of, well, they got 10% back of the 500, so this person here made $50, okay? So that's the investment part. However, if you referred them, because this is how they worded to me, because they got $50, then you also got $50, okay? So then it gets down to about 10 levels, so that's number 1, like A1, call it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you had a chain like this, again, the fact that it's looking like a multi-level marketing company, you ought to have some kind of registration done, especially in your local countries, which we can't find, but anyways. In this case here, if everyone did that, okay, so they put in 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, they're all making $50 back, okay? Of course, the person who referred them, so 2 referred 3, 3 referred 4, 4 referred 5, that's a 10, then the sponsors also get back the 50, right? So hope you guys are following so far. However, you also then get 5%. So if they made $50, then apparently what you got from all of these people, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all right? So they're saying here you get 100% match of what the first guy made. On these people, you're getting a 10% match on what they made. So they all made $50. You're getting a 10% match, which is $5. So you're getting 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, right? So, you know, this is what it's looking like so far. But the biggest question, and that no one has answered till today, even the person that presented to me, I left them 2 long voice messages after a bunch of messages, and there's no response yet. My question was, and this is the biggest question to ask when you're looking at investment, right? Is there a verifiable source of the ROI? So again, all of this is based upon this whole theory that this, or this not the theory, but what they're saying is that they have this AI dog that's generating all of these returns on your money in your virtual wallet, right? The question is there a verifiable source of this return? You know, when you buy real estate and you buy and sell a real estate, you can verify the source of the return because the purchase price was $1 million, let's say. You sold it for 1.1 million, and it's all logged and recorded, and it's all part of, like, you know, registrations of government. You know exactly what you made, right? It's taxable income, right? When you buy stocks, the same concept. You can verify the source of the return because when you buy a stock at, let's say, $1 and you sell it for $2, again, companies are publicly traded, they're registered on the SEC, all that stuff, right? So you can verify the source of the income. When it comes to this model, I asked the person, how can I see the verifiable, can you verify where this ROI is coming from? And, you know, there's a long answer talking about, you know, all this other stuff, but the short answer is no one can see exactly how this return, apparently done by the AI dog, is actually, you know, the company is not, you know, and they're not publicly traded, they're not, you know, they're not, you know, they have this app that they designed that shows you what you're making on your dollars. But again, I can design you an app as a programmer and make it look fancy with numbers that we just auto-populate, right? So end of the day, there might not be a way for the company to do that, although they should look in towards doing that for their potential investors and the members. But as of now, the only verifiable income or way of money being returned back to you is based upon people joining the program. The only money that we know that's hitting this thing is the people who are putting money into their virtual wallets. That's the only income we can see that's going in. So in other words, if you look at the $500 that person A put in, number one, of the $500, $50 goes back to this person for their ROI. So you're left with $450 now. Of the $450, another $50 goes back to you, the person that referred them. Now we're down to $400. But don't forget, right? Just like when this person joined, the person above, down to 10 levels deep, gets 10%. So there's about 9 people also getting $5. So 9 people times $5. So so in other words, every person that joins, you're also getting of that $500 that went in at the very bottom, it's going to pay at least 9 people, right? Up on the way up, $5 each. That's another $45. Now you're left with, $355. So, this model is working because what we can see so far, because again, there's no verifiable way to prove that there's actually returns being generated by this AI dog, is most likely you might be getting paid back on your own money. You put $500 in, and they pay you, 10% a year? I don't know what it is, but you're getting back your own money, essentially. And it's like a closed loop Ponzi scheme. And so what usually happens in these systems is it grows really big because people up here are making good income on all these people who are buying into the program. Again, most likely, this is just my opinion because no one can be certain here. There's no certainty. Is that most of the money people are putting in is what's paying out the people on top. So in network marketing MLM, and this is MLM because there's multi-levels of commissions here, you cannot get paid on other people's cash. You can only get paid when people are buying a product or a service, but they're not actually buying a product. They're not actually buying a service. The whole methodology here is you're getting paid on your investments, which is a huge no-no, right? And so what I do foresee happening, again, this is my own personal thoughts, and it's up to you if you want to agree or to not, that's up to you, is it will grow because people are making money, they're saying how they're making money, but end of the day, don't forget, right? It's always when people try to cash out their money does the issue happen. So all these people are putting money into their wallet. So their wallet, right, has a whole bunch of different, there's a Bitcoin, there's different kind of coins here, right? And you have the PlusToken coin as well. And so a lot of people, when you make your income, you want to flip, I'm assuming, I believe it's you earn income in your PlusToken. Well, the whole goal is you don't want to leave it in PlusToken because you want to convert it back to actual money, right? So again, right now, the value of the PlusToken will probably go up because a lot of people are joining in. There's more demand, right? Because they're believing that there's ways to make money on this thing, right? The question, the breaking point always happens when people try to cash out. So once you have a situation where a lot of people are trying to cash out, at the same time you have less people buying in. At some point in time, when this thing has spread through enough of the world or enough of the people around the world, then people start wanting to cash out. And because there's not new people buying in, you can only cash out when you have a buyer, right? That's crypto. You can sell your cryptocurrency when you have buyers that want to buy it. And so, um, and in my opinion, once that happens, when a bunch of people want to cash out their coins here, and there's no one else that wants to come into the scheme, that's when the thing hits the fan. That's when it blows up. And again, the people. So if you're asking me, can you make money with this? Of course you can. Of course you can, right? If you do it early enough and you ride this scheme here. But to me, I would never build or want to make money if I knew that there was a risk for people that they're not aware about, or if I knew that it was actually illegal, or wasn't, or if it wasn't 100% legal in that sense, right? And so, so yes, people can make money, but you can also lose, in my opinion, a lot of respect, friends and family, if or when this thing actually blows up. Because at some point in time, a lot of people, it will spread quickly, and a lot of people have bought their investment, if you want to call it that. At some point in time, they want to cash out. And when they want to cash out, if there's not new people coming into it, because again, real Bitcoins, there's actual real usages, right? You can use real Bitcoins in exchange for goods and services on the market, right? And so, again, with third PlusToken coin, who really wants the coins except for the people who want to buy into this investment? And so that's when, again, the danger mark happens, and you can end up burning. And in my opinion, you will burn and hurt a lot of your connections, and then of course your reputation goes down the drain. And so, the biggest thing here is there's no way to verify this return that they're talking about. And by the way, the return is not even really 10%. Because again, 10% is based upon that person getting $50, right? Don't forget, the person who sponsored you made $50 too. That's another 10%. So this program that they claim is making you 10%. And again, when I caught into this, I asked the guy, well, it's not really 10%. He's like, well, no, it's not. It's really more like 30%. Because you have the 50, your 10%. You have this guy's 10%. That's already 20%, right? But don't forget, you also have the $45 that pays up to the 10 people on the way up. Or the 9 people on the way up, whatever it is, right? So that's almost another $50. That's instantly 30%. So instantly, this AI dog has to guarantee making 30%. What in the world do we know can guarantee you, or they almost call it guarantee you, 30% ROI? It's a saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is not real then. It probably is, it's a scam, right? So, but again, if already we know that when someone puts in the $500, that 30% has to get paid out, or this AI program better make 30%, then how does the company earn their funds then, right? So probably most likely, my whole point here is that if someone actually had a program, if you had a program that you developed that could guarantee you 30% return, you would just put your money in, because this AI dog is actually giving you the returns. But in this situation here, what I believe is actually happening is this is probably not even real. And they're giving you this 30% return based upon your own money. And that is a Ponzi scheme. So anyhow, I just felt like I had to do this video because a lot of people I know are raving about this. I just have to have a lot of experience over the last 20 years of being in direct sales and analyzing and looking at different opportunities. And in the past, when I had done videos that I suggested that this opportunity might be a scam, it actually ended up becoming a scam 100% of the time. So again, am I 100% right now sure about this? Not 100% sure. I cannot be 100% sure, but I'm like 99.99% sure this will be a Ponzi scheme. But I gotta give it up. Whoever invented this scheme, they're pretty smart. But again, it comes down to them believing you trusting that there actually is this AI dog. So when I asked the person who was presenting to me, I said, so right now, the only thing that the whole basis of this model is that there really is an AI dog, which I cannot verify that it's actually making returns for me. In other words, we just have to trust that this AI dog really exists and really does generate that return for you. So you're basing your whole entire investment in trusting that this thing actually works. You can't see it, you can't touch it. It's not like real estate. It's not transparent like a stock market. So at the end of the day, ask yourself, are you really going to trust in something like this? But most likely, again, I hope you understand after the video that most likely it's not a real company. And there's no AI dog. There's no software that does that. Because again, for all the reasons why we listed above. So all in all, hope you guys got some value of some sort from this video. And again, Rene Liao signing out. Thanks for watching.